Where are you right now and where do you want to be? There is always a gap. I didn't start here in Bali with this nice rice field background in the house where I currently live for the last month and for the next couple of months. I didn't start with my two companies, and my two companies did not always do as well as they do right now. I had many struggles. Even 4 months ago, I literally lost everything, but I was also able to rebuild that. And how does that work? How does that work if you have goals and admirations of where you want to be? Maybe it's like starting out traveling and making money remote. Maybe you already make money remote and travel and want to grow bigger and want to scale. There's always a point of where you are right now and where you want to be. And I really gave this some thought today. What is the thing that leverages that point of where you want to be and where you currently at? And if I look at bigger names like Alex Hormozi, Diary of a CEO, or even Mr. Beast, for example, it comes down to identity. I also had a couple of podcasts where I talk with people as well, and during networking, it's so much things actually come down to identity. And even in my personal case, I used to be this theater kid that directed three plays and wrote all kinds of things and was acting and did improvising and all of that. And now I'm this business remote workers persona. And from this business remote workers persona, I'm more trying to tap into like the in-depth science of business and data science and what do you need to look at? How do you become really good at psychology? How do you master the basics of marketing, sales, and operations to build a company and become really a business owner from freelancer to business owner? And it all comes down to identity shifts. Where you are right now as a company owner, as a freelancer, as someone who started out, that is connected to a certain identity. But identities are fluid. You are not one thing and you are not the other. You decide and what you are and who you are decides how you operate within certain scenarios. I wasn't always the guy who used to go to the gym every single day. And now I go to the gym almost every single day. I work out better and it's part of my identity of being someone who goes to the gym every single day. I was the artistic guy who did all kinds of stuff within theater and dancing and choreographies. And now I'm the guy who's talking to people about making money with their business by running ads and why their funnel isn't good enough and why little words can be phrased a little differently to be more persuasive to move your customer to the next step. It's an identity shift, it's an environment shift, but it's also very frustrating. I feel like I'm going through a bit of an identity shift right now when it comes to what do I really want? What do I really want to build? The past couple of years, I've been traveling the world. And now that I'm settled in Bali for at least a year, and I've been here for almost half a year now, with all the ups and downs, literally, I lost contracts, I lost clients, I lost all my basic income and needed to build everything up from the ground. But that also means that I needed to build myself up from the ground. That also meant that I needed to build a new identity around who I am and what I do to create the things that I want to create. And to me, that switch for the first time feels like I'm out of survival mode. And from survival, within now and literally by the end of this month, basically, I can go back into building, can allocate my resources in different directions. Maybe I will hire a VA to manage some people that I don't want to manage anymore. Maybe I increase the volume of videos. Maybe I don't know. Like I'm still figuring that out as well. And that's also a nice correlation to make that within every identity that you have, it's connected to a substantial amount of resources. Resources to meaning means time, energy, and money. If you are this young, hungry guy, you probably have more energy because that's connected to that identity. If you're this investor, you probably have less time but more money to buy back time within tools and people. So you can allocate different resources. Every form of identity is connected to a different amount of resources. So if you're going through an identity shift, maybe it's good to see what are the resources that brought you there and what are the resources you need to move on to that next identity. Because it's also very much the things that I did to get my first couple of clients, to get my first couple of lessons as a freelancer are not the things that I need to do now as a company owner who is trying to build his business to make more money or to go to the next level. It's a different identity with different behavior and different resources that you allocate to different projects. And there's levels of the game to it. This is something that I've been very busy with in the past couple of weeks. What do I do from here? How can I go to that next level? What identity shifts do I need to make? What people do I need? To what projects do I need to allocate my resources? And how can I keep my baseline without the camera falling? I think this is very much an end to my little blab from this. Oh, let's see if I can do this. Beautiful Bali rice field background, which I'm immensely grateful for. And the thing that I want to leave you with is basically what identity shift do you need to make and what resources do you need to reallocate to get to the goal that you want to achieve? That's the question that I'm wrestling with today. And that's the question that I'm trying to figure out today. And I'm very curious about where you at in your journey and how you're dealing with this question. If you're a starter, if you already have a established company, if you just wanted to travel, whatever. I'm very interested to hear your side of this. And visionaries, if you like this video, I'm 100% certain that you love this video here as well. And if you want to hear all the things that I do and implement for my clients, I have the second channel right there where I only talk about the business stuff. But as always, like, subscribe, and take action. I see you in the next one. Ciao.